LocalBozo.com is proud to have with us as our guest for an exclusive interview, color commentator of the New York Knicks and the new restaurateur of the West Side Restaurant, Bar and Lounge, Clyde Frazier's Wine and Dine, NBA Hall of Famer Walt Clyde Frazier. Mr. Frazier, it is a privilege to speak with you today.
Oh, thank you. Pleasure to be with you.
How did Walt Frazier first get involved with this project? And since it's begun, how closely have you monitored the evolution of the restaurant as it reached its grand opening?
My partner, Michael Weinstein, was a guy, the catalyst for getting me involved with the restaurants. Michael is an entrepreneur, has numerous restaurants throughout here in Vegas, so we decided to team up with the Clyde concept, and that was the evolution of the restaurant. And my impact has been with the decor. It is all Clyde. The ceiling is a configuration of my suits. The front of the building is a scrim of my playing career. The walls have the Clyde fur, and the columns, they also have these huge columns in here with pictures of me on it with my suit. So the fans, I think, will be very impressed with what they see. Also, the state-of-the-art TVs that we have here, and the open kitchen. I think it's just a nice atmosphere, and of course, we're hoping that they enjoy the food, which I think is going to be crucial as to the success of the restaurant.
Speaking of some of those suits, so much of the restaurant's massive space is an homage to your playing career, and some of the more eccentric suits that you wear are hanging overhead. Was it difficult for you to give up so much of your wardrobe?
No, it was fun, actually. I took pictures in about 14 of my best outfits, and then the ones on the ceiling were just whatever colors. I think they mixed them very well. The ones over the restaurant are a little more subtle. The ones over the bar are more provocative. And the ones in the lounge are the more like the cow, the leopard print, the tiger print. So I think the ambiance here is three different ones. If you come to the restaurant, you get one feel. If you go down to the bar, you get another. And then the lounge, of course, is very laid back. And then the TVs throughout the restaurant. We also have a section where the kitchen is open. You can sit at the bar that overlooking the kitchen, but also have headphones that you can listen to the TV. Watch the TV while you listen to the games or whatever. So we're not building it as a sports bar, but you can watch sports. And I think what we're trying to do is make it different from a sports bar, that we should have very good food.
Certainly throughout your career, there must have been overtures made for different ventures for you to get involved in. Talk about what made this restaurant an ideal venture for you at this time and why the space on the West Side was an ideal location.
Well, I think timing is everything. I'm at a stage of my career where how could I not do it, man? I just pay homage to God that, I haven't played in 30 years. And even in my heyday, when I was thriving as a Knick, very popular, I didn't have a restaurant. And now I've been out of the game for 30 years. And I've been blessed to have a reputation and a following that I could open a restaurant. So I'm really thrilled about that. As far as the location, we looked at numerous locations throughout the city, but I think being close to the garden was a priority. And finding this fabulous space here on 10th Avenue between 37 and 38 is just a magnificent space. It was a new building, a new space, and that allowed us to come in and create it with the Clyde image that it has.
Aside from an exciting food and drink menu, just a ton of space to kick back and relax, there's actually a usable free throw line where diners are invited to come in and shoot free throws. How did this idea come to fruition?
I mentioned to Michael that we should have a basket in here where we can shoot baskets. But first thing he said, being a businessman, it's going to take up too many seats. Because the restaurant, I think, is 172 seats, so he had all his space already planned out. So the basketball court was, not going to work. And then all of a sudden, in the new design, I see there's the basketball court. It has the Knicks colors in the lane, and of course, it's a free throw. It's for shooting free throws, so it's 15, like maybe 20 feet long, and 12 feet wide, so you can just go in there and shoot the free throws or whatever. And I think that's going to be a nice addition to the lounge. It's located near the lounge, so I can see a lot of guys renting the lounge and getting a basket to shoot on, and bachelor parties and that type of thing, so it should be a lot of fun.
Currently in the midst of an NBA season, what's been the biggest challenge for you in bringing this concept of your own restaurant from an idea to reality?
Well, you're hoping the Knicks would be thriving, that the popularity would be there, the Knicks fans who want to come here and watch the games. And we had that with Linsanity, but now the team has cooled off a little bit. So, well, I'm just hoping that it's a restaurant that, regardless of what the Knicks or how the Knicks are playing, or the Jets or the Giants, people will just like the ambiance, they will like the food, and just be a nice place to come and hang out. And of course, I'll be here when I'm not doing Knicks games, we're not on the road. So I think that's very important, and I mentioned that to Michael, that I could not cheat the fans by putting my name on something and I wouldn't be there. So I know the fans are going to be looking to see me here when they come, and they will not be disappointed.
Now, Mr. Frazier, you just touched on this a little bit, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask at least one question about our beloved Knicks. The 2011 season has become somewhat of a roller coaster ride for fans, from struggles early on to the pinnacle of Linsanity to being brought back down to earth. How can the Knicks salvage the remainder of this season?
Pride, character, teamwork, tenacious defense, working on their weaknesses, which have been turnovers. And we saw the previous game just getting overwhelmed on the glass, being out-hustled, which there's no substitute or no excuse for teams out-hustling you. So those things are a potpourri of things that have bedeviled the Knicks throughout the season. And in order to overcome that, Lynn has to continue to be the catalyst in breaking down the defense, hitting the open man. Their two superstars, Amari and Melo, offense have been erratic, but I think their emphasis and concentration should be more on the defense and rebounding, because I think defense should be their best offense. And right now I'm really baffled, befuddled as to where this team is going. I think they're at the fork in the road. They could either destroy themselves or they could turn it around. And I believe, I've been around these guys. I know they have character, they have personality, they have perseverance. So I think they're going to get it done. I think they will regroup and get into the playoffs.
Mr. Frazier, you've been so gracious with us today. Is there anything else you'd like to add for the readers of localbozo.com?
No, I'd just like to thank you for the interview and say hello to all the Knicks fans out there, and hope they come in and check out Clyde's Wine and Dine on 10th Avenue between 37 and 38. And obviously I'll be here to meet and greet them.
New Yorkers, Clyde Frazier's Wine and Dine is now open in Manhattan's Hell's Kitchen, just a stone's throw from Madison Square Garden. They've got great food, great drinks, and a usable free throw line. It's a tribute to one of the great players in NBA history, and it was our pleasure to speak with him today. Walt Clyde Frazier, best of luck in your new venture and with the New York Knicks in 2012.
All right, thank you.